plumberparts.co.uk. Honest reviews and advice. Holla and welcome to today's plumberparts.co.uk video. Today we're going to have a look at ESSEX flanges. They are completely terrifying because what you've got to do with an ESSEX flange is seal it up on the inside of a hot water tank just like this, with your arm down in there, with a hole drilled in the side of the tank you've just bought. They do tend to have a bit of a leaking problem, so you will need to be qualified in circus tricks or juggling because they are a bit of a nightmare. And I guarantee there's going to be an outtake at the end of this video where I'll drop it in the tank and have to tip all the stuff out of the tank. If that doesn't happen and there's no outtake at the end, I'm going to be amazed. The reason we have an ESSEX flange is it's very similar to a surrey flange, apart from it's fitted into the side of the body of the tank rather than having a special union out the top. So which means you have to screw a hole straight through the tank to fit it in. So the idea is you don't get any air going into your shower pump because it's drawing water off at a lower point and basically ruining the shower pump impellers. Anyway, let's have a look at how we do it, and I hope you have a wicked time. Hold tight! So firstly, let's have a look at the actual ESSEX flange. This rod here allows you to dangle the ESSEX flange through the immersion heater hole, which you haven't put in yet, through the hole that you drill in the side of your tank, and then you can put the other side seal on over the top there. On that seal, you'll put a metal washer, just like that. Then the actual tightening up nut, and you'll tighten all that up. Now this particular one here goes to a 15mm or a 1/2 inch compression fitting with your standard olive and nut, but they can go to 22mm and 28mm depending on what size you need on the outlet. So firstly, I'll show you how to cut the hole and what size to do it at, and we'll go on from there. So we've got the size of a hole cutter here. It's just about the size of the thread. The closest to the thread as possible is really good, and then you've got a lot more area around here to seal. So I'm going to pop that on my drill and then mark and find out exactly where I want to cut that on the tank itself. Now you're going to want to cut it in all different varying positions on the tank. To be honest, you're not going to be able to get it very low down because you've got to get your hand in there and get that wire through the hole later on. So find out where you want to drill it. Get one of these, a nice circular cutter drill. This is for metal, and cut yourself your hole. Perfect. We've even managed to keep the ring on the end. Ow! The good thing to do now is just to get your O-ring and everything and get the right size and just score around that with a knife and then cut away a good area around the outside of the nut so you can tighten that up after we're done. Clean out the hole and try and get as much of the insulation off as you can. If you can, try and get a file in there to file off the burrs on the inside. This will help with the seal in a minute. So you should end up with a nice clean hole ready to use and abuse. Right, so now comes the really difficult bit. We've got to pop this through here. Make sure the anchor is on the back like that so this can't fall off. Pop your hand through the immersion heater hole, because that's the only bit you can get your hand in just about, and try and feed that through the hole we've just cut. Then you'll pull it through, pull it up tight, put the rubber washer on, the metal washer and the nut, and then tighten that up and create a seal. On one other small tip, if you find that this isn't long enough, put a hook on it and try and find something with an eye that you can pop through your hole and then pull it out and through. So I'll feed my wire through my hole and get the eye right up by the immersion. Through there, like so. Just let that hook on. Try and close the hook, you don't want anything going wrong right now. Then pull it out. Right, so there we go, there's it up against the hole. As soon as you've done that, I'd try and leave it on whatever you've levered it out with. Next, push up the first seal. Now get your washer, your metal washer. All the time holding this, alright? You don't want that to fall back in there. Put that on. Now the next bit will mean that you should be able to let go. Get your nut, try and have the flat face down and get your nut started and tighten it up. Now this next bit's a little bit fiddly as well. What you need to do is get a slotted screw, try and collapse the anchor and draw out your rod. Now what I'm going to do now is basically sacrifice a small piece of pipe and an olive to get this tightened up so we've got something to grab so we can tighten that other nut up. This is never easy, this bit, so there's lots of different ways to do it. This is just the way I usually do it. So now if we look inside, we should be able to see that we've got a nice seal ready for us to connect our 15mm pipe to and fill the system up in an hour or so. So there we go, we've successfully installed the ESSEX flange, everything's in position and it's all working absolutely spiffingly. I hope you found today's video helpful and it gives you an insight as to how difficult these are, and if you're thinking about doing it yourself, the things you need to know that you can do and overcome to get this done successfully. If you think we've missed anything out, do let us know. If you think we can help you in any more ways or anything like that, the usual thing, get us through our channel, get us through Twitter, we're on there all the time, get us on Facebook, we're also there all the time, and subscribe to our videos. I hope to see you next week, where I'm probably going to be doing something a lot easier and a lot less stressful. Anyway, I'll see you all soon, guys, and I'll see you later. Hold tight! plumberparts.co.uk. Honest reviews and advice. Oh, you